Hello, hello, and welcome to this 11 lecture series on Python programming language. Today's topic is control statements. The control statements are divided into three types: sequential control statement, then decision control statements, and iterative control statements. In sequential control statements, we have one statement after other. The statement S1 is executed and then the control is transferred to S2. After S2 is executing, the control is transferred to S3. In this way, sequentially the instructions are executing. Whereas in case of decision control statement, we have to take a decision. Now the main statement used here are if, elif. So elif, now this is the else if in other programming language, but here it is make a short form as a elif, elif, and else statement. So in decision conditions, we have decision control statements, we have to take certain decision. Based on that decision, will either execute the if block, or will execute elif block, or will execute else block. Whereas the third type is iterative control statements. In iterative control statements, we have two types of loop: while loop and for loop. In iterative control statements, we are iterating a loop, we are executing a loop, still the end condition is met. There are four different ways in which the decision control statements are used. Here the first one is simple if statement. In the second, we have if else. In the third, we have a nested if statement, and in the fourth one we have if, elif, and else statement. Now we will see one by one. In the first if statement, what we have: if a condition is there, if that condition is satisfied, then the control will execute the statements inside the if block. Now see how this if block is written. If, then condition is written, here a colon is given. When you are giving a colon, the next statement will be shifted a 4-character position towards the right. Now here it is important that the statements within the if block should be properly indented. Indentation, I have written here indentation as a very important role in the Python programming language. So here block is not used any curly braces. It simply all indentation will be used. It should be at a proper indentation, one below other, then it will be treated as a statement block. So this S1, S2 statements are within the if block, and S3 statement is outside the if block. Now this if and S3 must be properly indented, otherwise it will result into a syntax error. The second if statement we can use in this way. We have if condition 1 colon, if this condition is satisfied, the statements within this if block will be executed. Now this S1, S2 are at same indent level. Else, if this condition is false, then else block will be executed. Now this, for this else block also, else colon, and this S3, S4 should be, which are inside a else block, should be properly indented. They should be each other. S5 is the statement which is at indentation level, same as the if and else statement. So this is outside the if else block. The third way of using this if else is, if we have if condition 1 colon, we call it as a nested if. Why nested if? If this condition is true, then again if condition 2. So condition 1 is true, then execute this if block, which contains again one if else statement. If the condition is false, it will come out of that one and else block will be executed. This else block again contain one if else block. And the final one is if, elif, else structure. Now elif is same as a else if. So if condition 1 is executed, condition 1 is true, then the statement in the if block will be executed. Elif, else, again the second condition will be tested. If this is true, the statements within this elif block will be executed. We may have number of elif statements, and so here I have given one more elif statement. Then if condition 3 is true, this block will be executed. Else, if all of these conditions results into false, then finally the else block will be executed. These statements inside the else block must be proper at the same indent level, and finally will come out of that if elif else block, and this statement will be executed, which is at same indent level of if elif else statements. Now we'll talk about the third type of control statement, that is iterative control statement. So iterative control statements are of two types, while loop and for loop. So in iterative control statements, these three operations need to be executed. The initialization of loop variable, then condition should be tested to continue the loop, or condition to be tested to end the loop, and updatation of the loop variable. So these three operations should be performed with each loop operation. So here we will see one example. We are using while loop. So S1 is the statement where we are initializing the loop variable. Then while, so here initialization of loop variable will be performed outside the loop. Then while, here condition will be tested. If this condition is true, then only the loop will be executed. And similar to that, if elif else structure, for while also we have this colon. This colon indicates that now we have this is a compound statement, and we may have a number of statements inside that loop. And when we will come out of the loop, S4 statement. Now this S4 statement is exactly written below while loop, and it is outside the loop. The other kind of loop structure is for loop. In for loop, what we have, see the format of for loop is for I. Now I is a loop variable in sequence. Now this sequence may be a range, it may be a tuple, it may be a list, or it may be a dictionary. So for I in sequence, so each item, each element in the sequence will be assigned to I, and then for that these statements will be executed. These statements are at same indentation level, and when all the elements are taken, then finally it will exit out of the loop. This S4 statement is then executed. This S4 statement is outside the loop. This for loop is commonly used in Python programming language, and along with the for loop we are using different sequences, range, tuple, list, dictionary. So here range is one function. So here I am giving some example of range. So normally if you are executing range of n, so it will return a list which contains the elements starting from 0 up to n minus 1. For example, if I gave the value of n is equal to 5, so R5 will give me starting from 0 the element 1 less than 5, that is up to 4. If I am writing R1 comma 5, it indicates the starting element, and this element gives the end element plus 1. So which numbers which elements will get from the range 1 to 1 less, that is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now if we are not mentioning the third element, then by default the interval is of 1. But if you want the interval is 2, then you have to write 3 elements: starting element, this is end element, and this is interval. Now end element 5 will never be printed, up to 4 only. So in step of 2, so 1 will be taken, then 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 2, 5, but 5 is not included. In this way the range function will work. So here all the operations of control statements, all the control statements are included on this page. And now I will show you certain examples. The first example is of simple if statement. The second example is of if else statement. Now here is the third example, which is of nested if statement. So here in this example we are taking simple 3 numbers A, B, C. A is equal to 3, B is equal to 4, and c is equal to 5 for example, and then we are finding which number is greater. Okay, so how we are doing this one? If a is greater than b, then this block will be executed, else this block will be executed. So if a is greater than b, then next condition we are checking a greater than c. So a is greater than b, a is greater than c, then what it will print? A is greater. In this way we are using the nested if in the program. And finally here I am showing if else use. So here if, now condition, see we are using compound condition. We have seen this AND operation. So if this condition is true and this true, both the condition true, same example we have seen here in nested if, same example I used here for if else also. If a is greater than b and a is greater than c, when both the conditions are true, then a is greater. Similar conditions are tested when b is greater or when c is greater. Now I will show you the next part, that is iterative control statements. Here the example of iterative control statement in the form of while loop. So outside the loop we are initializing the loop variable. Here I less than or equal to 5 condition, still this condition is true, the statement inside the while block will be executed, and finally it is the statement outside the block. Now here to see the use of for loop, a tuple, list and dictionary is given here. So how to use it? For I in t. Now t is tuple. How we are writing? Print I. The element in the tuple will be printed, and when all the 3 elements are printed, then it will come out of the loop. Same program can be applicable for list. Instead of t you write here L only. Same is applicable here for dictionary, but for dictionary we have key value pairs. Now look at this one, how these key value pairs are iterated. So what we have written? For I, now this is I only, for I in D, D for dictionary, print I, that is its key, comma, colon will be printed, comma, DI, DI means dictionary, I is the key value, so the value strings will be printed. So 1 colon string, like this it will print. Okay, so here we'll stop for this control statement lecture. Thank you.